watershed. I think we're hoping from our standpoint to get people from the federal government out to see how this money is being used in low-income communities. That's a beneficial thing for them. Okay, so that's where we are with the ARRA. The EPA project, we submitted our final grant report this week. That's a copy of it. I'm sorry, you don't get a color one.
That's all right. That's all good.
It is like a book. I'm anticipating that it'll be fine with them. We've already submitted all the financial stuff, and we submitted the final minority business enterprise report. They didn't have any questions about that, so my thought is that they'll probably accept this. If anything comes up, it will probably be that they want more information about some of the things we did. I can't imagine that there are going to be any questions about how we spent any of the money or any of that money. So we've shared that with probably another 40 or 50 people who've been involved with the project since we started, a lot of state agencies. I think probably as the summer progresses, some of them are going to come down to see both what we've done with that money and what we're doing with the stimulus money. So in your free time, if you have any questions about that,
how many different types of systems did you use?
let me go. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different of the 40 homes. There were 6 different technologies. And I think one of the things that would probably be good is somewhere along the line. I don't know whether we want to make a real strong value judgment about the 6, but maybe we could talk about in terms of cost and maintenance. Just sort of give some basic information about each one of those 6.
Well, I think it'd be interesting to keep a little bit of a study on it and see how it goes as long as we can.
Yes. Well, we are working. There's the long-term maintenance group is continuing to meet there. You can imagine there are lots and lots of different kind of questions about issues that might come up that they're trying to figure out in advance before we actually get people to sign up. But at this point, it seems like a lot of the people in the project are interested.
Well, I think that, I know you've had a budget concern about that, and we haven't addressed that yet, but one of the side things that I think about is not only providing that service, but maybe one of those things that may help keep that community together. They need that.
Sure.
We can be part of it.
They do. And of course, the leadership and all the responsibility is going to end up with that community too. So they'll have their own board of directors taking care of all the stuff out. I wanted to give you a short update. At the last meeting, I talked about 3 of the EPA systems that weren't working real well, and we're trying to resolve some of those. One of them was Chris Campbell's. This is a system where it's in a very high water table. You dig down about 10 inches and you hit groundwater. And it's the only system we've got where that's happened to us. And so one of the things that's happening is that somehow that groundwater is infiltrating into the system itself, and the system isn't functioning as well because it's got all this extra water flowing through it. So on the 13th and the 14th, next Thursday and Friday, the National Board Nimona people, they're the people who manufacture the peat system that's there, are coming into the watershed. We're going to spend 2 days there. The agreement is that we're going to lift the peat modules up, put more gravel down, put some perforated pipe that's going to drain the groundwater away from both the house and the septic tank in the system and get it to the creek, and then put these modules back in. Hopefully that's going to take care of the problem. Board Nimona is going to bear all the costs involved, so that's real good because there's not any money left. We spent all the money. So they're going to provide the money for the gravel and the pipe, and we're going to have local folks donate the labor.
Most of the systems came from them to begin with?
A fair number in the EPA project did, and all of the systems in the ARRA project were Board Nimona systems. So they want to make sure that they work really well. And then that evening, Thursday the 13th, we're Board Nimona is also going to do a homeowners training. So we're going to go to a different site, Danny Collins site, where we've got a system, and homeowners can come and they'll sort of go through the whole system, how it works, talk about maintenance that homeowner can do compared to maintenance that, a provider would do. So it should be a pretty educational time, and we're hoping that that's going to take care of the problem at Chris Campbell's. Another problem that we've had that we haven't solved yet is it's not a Board Nimona system. It's a different kind of peat system, and these systems that everything comes out of the septic tank, goes into the peat system, it's supposed to purify it, and then a lot of these go into the creek. And we've been monitoring what goes into the creek, and at this system, what goes into the creek is not good. It's got too much E. coli in it. So the last time I was out testing, we actually cleaned the UV level. It hadn't been cleaned. I took both a pre-cleaning and a post-cleaning. It was still too high. But one of the thoughts is it's going to take a while after we clean it for things to get back to normal. So I'm going to be doing a sampling on the 11th after I load this. Okay? I'll go do a sampling, and we'll see what the results are from that. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead after the last community meeting that we had. They felt it was important for me to write to AASHTO, the people who put the system in, let them know where we are, let them know that we're actually going to be doing this, and that we feel that they still have a responsibility to help us solve this. And I guess my thought is, if when we get the sampling results back from the 11th, if it's really high again, which shows that there's it's not the UV light that's causing it, it's something within the structure of the system. I think maybe if it's all right with the commission, I draft something and ask our prosecuting attorney to look it over, not taking any actions, but having him send a letter sort of stressing that we'd like them to get on board and help us with this.
There are well-established manufacturing systems, I assume.
Yes. We have several others in the project that are working fine, but for some reason this isn't. The homeowners have put in a new water filtration system. We originally had 2 homes on the one system. Now each home has its own system. So we've tried to do everything we thought might solve the problem. So it's not solved. I think we're going to have to have AASHTO step up to the plate. And the third place I talked about last time was Gary Cooper's, where we found some kind of gunk that was in the system, and we still haven't gotten anything satisfactory to help us identify what that might be. Again, when I go out and sample this time, I'll take another look to see if we've still got it there. It'd be nice if it was gone. If it's not, one of the thoughts is to go to Marshall to see if somebody in their chem lab might be able to help us do some analysis of it. So hopefully we'll be able to put these